Good morning, everyone. Guess what? This is our last week of school before our winter break. Yes, it is very exciting. And this week we're going to be talking about another December holiday that I think a lot of you celebrate, which is Christmas. And we're going to be talking about Christmas with some gingerbread stories. And a lot of people make gingerbread houses and gingerbread cookies at Christmas time. It's one of those kind of Christmas traditions. So we're going to be reading several gingerbread books. So let's figure out what day it is today. The last day of school we had was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So today is Monday. Yes. And who remembers? Oops, I almost forgot to move the frog. Move the frog up to Monday. All right. Who remembers the month we are in right now? Yes, it's called December. So let's go ahead and count those numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What comes next? 12. And let's figure out the color. Red, white, green. Red, white, green. Yes, so we have a number 12 on a green stocking. All right, we need to do 2 more. So 10, 11, 12. What comes next? 13. So let's see here. Red, white, green. What's next? Red. All right, so we have a number 13 on a red stocking. We need to do one more because 12 and 13 were the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So 11, 12, 13. What comes next? 14. And let's see here. Red, white, green. Red. What comes next? White. So a number 14 on a white stocking. All right, so let's say the whole date together. Today is Monday, December 14th. And this is our last week of school before our winter break. All right, so we need to figure out the weather today. So everyone's going to look out their window and see if it is partly cloudy, or windy, or stormy, or sunny, or foggy, or snowy, or cloudy, or rainy. All right, so look out your window and remember, there can be more than one kind of weather. Now we need to step out the door to see what it feels like, what the temperature is today. So does it feel warm? Does it feel cool? Does it feel cold? Or does it feel hot? All right, so figure out what that is at your house. So, like I said, we are going to be talking about Christmas this week, and one of the Christmas traditions that some people do is making gingerbread houses and gingerbread cookies. So, I have, in our class, we're going to be reading 3 different gingerbread books. They all have sort of the same storyline, but they're each a little bit different. So, let's find out the one we're going to read today. Let's pull it out. Now, I've read these before. Usually I've gotten them from the library. Because the library had shut down again, I ended up buying my own copies, which works out because I like these books. So, this one is called Gingerbread Girl. All right. Now, this book has, I don't know if you know what this is called, this part that kind of covers the book. It's called a book jacket. And when you hold books up to read them to kids, book jackets tend to fall off and get in the way. So I'm going to take this book jacket off while I read the book, just to make it easier for myself so it's not falling all over the place. All right? So, The Gingerbread Girl. You can tell it's a new book, can't you? It makes that sound when it opens up, like a new book sound. Woo! Fresh, crisp pages. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. Now, we haven't read the gingerbread boy yet, so maybe some of you have and you know that story already. He ran away from the lonely old woman who had baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox pretending to help him cross a river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. So the next book we'll be reading is The Gingerbread Boy. We're going to read The Gingerbread Girl first. A full year had passed since the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. "Let's bake again," suggested the old man one morning. "But what if the same thing happens?" cried the old woman. "I couldn't bear the loss." "Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away," answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, and cut it out. They dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. "She is sweet," gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watch by the oven, they talked, remembering their gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up and she heard everything. Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the oven door to peek. You can see her, the gingerbread girl, she's kind of peeking with one eye. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread cookie, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop! Stop!" And the little old man came running. But the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang, "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh baked gingerbread caught their attention. "Wait!" the hungry farmers shouted and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and called, "Hey farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." So if you guys want to join along and say that part with me when we get to it, that would be cool. Farther down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him singing, "I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers." So you want to say this part with me? "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." On down the path she came upon an artist. "A masterpiece good enough to eat," the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past laughing. "I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I am one smart cookie, despite this wild wig." So here we go. You ready to say it with me? "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Farther along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. "Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk." But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind, listening to the gingerbread girl call, "Chase if you want, I am faster than you, although you have 4 feet and I've only 2. All right, you ready to say it with me? I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, "You're joining the chase? The more the merrier, but no one can stop me. Not hound, not terrier." Hounds and terriers are dogs. So you ready to say it with me? I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Now the path ran right past a school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of "Cookie" were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them all as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, "I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat." All right, you ready to say it with me? I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Finally, the gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but that same devious fox? "Hello, my pretty," crooned the fox. "I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you cross the river. Just jump onto my tail." The gingerbread girl shivered, then sang in nearly a whisper, "Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me? That's all I implore." The fox chuckled, "I promise, my sweet little tidbit," and the gingerbread girl gingerly climbed on the fox's tail. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. "Ooh, the water is so deep. Move to my back," he insisted, thinking this cute cookie was even sillier than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was very silly. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. "That's a good little girl," the fox said with a snicker. "Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head." What do you think? Do you think the gingerbread girl is going to get eaten by the fox? I don't know. No sooner had he spoken those words than the gingerbread girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple-looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitch knot. "You're right," she whispered in the fox's ear. "I am good." The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about, but the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back toward the crowd, riding the fox like a bucking bronco. The gingerbread girl whizzed past, singing, "He'll run and he'll run with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me, I'm the gingerbread girl." The awestruck crowd followed all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and She measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, "I'll bake you some more. I'm the gingerbread girl." The old woman and man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy houseful to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what of the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. "We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox. I'm the gingerbread girl." So next time we're going to read The Gingerbread Boy, which is the story that came before this. But I like to read The Gingerbread Girl first because she outsmarts the fox. All right, so let me show you what couple things we have to do for our work this week. In your packet, you have a cardboard gingerbread person. And this is for you to decorate however you want with whatever you have at home, okay? I'll show you some of the things I have. These are from the scrap box. These are little sticky back foam circles. I have some jewels in here. It's hard for me to show you here. Let me see, take them out. So some jewels in there. And these little paper triangles. And I have some googly eyes, but you can make eyes out of anything you want. I have old puzzle pieces that are no longer needed. And I have some pom-poms. All right? So I'm not going to completely decorate mine, but I would recommend for this, if you're going to use things that are bigger, like googly eyes, buttons, the puzzle pieces, anything that's not going to stick well with a glue stick, I would recommend using white glue, which is what I'm going to use today. Okay? So, oh, my glue's a little bit stuck there. So I'm going to put a couple dots on my gingerbread person, and I'm going to give my gingerbread person some eyes. Now, another great thing to use for eyes would be buttons, if you have some buttons. Or you could draw eyes, however you want to make them. Okay, so there's my gingerbread's eyes. All right, and then let's see here. I think I am going to give my gingerbread some buttons with these. So these are sticky backs, so you pull the back off of them. Scrap box has lots of stuff like this. Stick them on there. There's one button, 2 buttons, 3 buttons. So there's my buttons on my gingerbread person. All right. Let's see. I think, what will I do? I don't really, you know what? I could use these triangles to make hair. So I'm going to kind of put some glue up here at the top to put some hair up here. I think I'm just gonna, you could use yarn for the hair. That would look really cute, really cool. All right. So let's see here. I'll just kind of use these little triangles for the hair. My gingerbread person has some spiky hair. Hey. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to kind of, let's see. I have maybe use some of these little pom-pom things, like for the little shoes. I should have gotten 2 of the same color. Oh well, that's okay. Let's see. We'll do green and purple. And another green, another purple. They're a little different, but that's okay. There, see? And you can just keep going, decorating your gingerbread person however you want. Now, I would love to see these. So if you could get your mom or dad to take a picture of it and send it to me, I would love to see it, or post it on Facebook. Or you could even bring it on Packet Pickup Day to show me. I would love to see your decorated gingerbread people. All right. So we also have this gingerbread color count and graph activity. All right. So it looks like you need to write your name at the top. let's see here. Miss Mika. All right, and then what you're going to do is count. See, they have the different objects here. Count each of those objects on the house, and then you're going to color in all the way to that number. All right, so let's see here. I count 1. Let's see here. I'm going to start with the little arches. Where are the arches? Down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 arches. I think that's all I see. So I'm going to take a color and I'm going to color in all the way to number 4. Let's see here. So there's 4 of those little arch candies. See? So the number 4 right there. All right. And let's see, that I don't know what that is, a little circle one. Let's see, 1, 2. I only see 2 of those. I'm going to pick a different color this time. So I'm going to color to the 2 on that one. All right, and I'm just going to stop right there. So there are 2 of those, and I'll let you finish the rest of them. And then you're going to see which kind of candy has the most on the gingerbread house and which candy has the least on the gingerbread house. Okay, so that is also in your packet. All right, so that is what I have for you today. We will do some more of the activities on Wednesday. I will see some of you today at 10:30 for small group time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everyone.